myself a lovely coffee. I got myself a sausage farmer wrap, bacon sausage farmer wrap, a couple of hash browns, and a couple of donuts. And I can't wait to dig in. I gotta get my coffee going here. There we are. 1 cream, 1 sugar. Always find Tim Horton's, if you ask for 2 cream, it's way too milky. You know, it's like, yeah. But it's hot. Oh, yeah. Can't say the coffee's not hot. Anyways. Got a maraca. See? A few weeks ago was my rain chain. Remember back in the 60s, maracas, like every band had somebody that played maracas, you know, tambourines, maracas, cowbell, you know. Sometimes you'd have somebody that have like 4 or 5 in each hand, you know. Anyways, there's my maraca. Put it right there. Hopefully it won't roll off. I gotta dig in here, I'm starving. That is good. Saskatoon berry jam. Maple syrup. Oh, last year I did a Canada Day video. I kind of went all out, and I thought about doing the same thing, but didn't want to repeat myself and just make another video like I did last year. Because if you saw it from last year, I'll put the link in my description box. But last year, I had my flag. Didn't have the lava lab or nothing like that, but I had a phone here. And I pretended I got some phone calls. I think I pretended I got one from Wayne Gretzky, Michael Bublé, Mr. Bubbles, and who else was it? Shania Twain, that's who it was. So it was kind of on the humor side, I would say, you know, Happy Canada Day, eh? How you doing, eh? Good day, eh? You know? That's a really good rap, eh? That is a good rap. I'm gonna try with my hash browns. I gotta be honest, McDonald's is better. Because theirs doesn't stick to the paper, for one. Oh, he's stuck. That's kind of weird. Mind you, I gotta be honest, it kind of tastes the same. Just not sure what's sticking to the paper. It is quite tasty though. The Stanley Cup this year is kind of bittersweet for me. Now, Edmonton lost to Florida in Game 7. Had Edmonton won, they would have brought the cup back to Canada for the first time in, was it 30, 32 years, 31 years, something like that. So that would have been good, obviously. But during the Western Conference, Edmonton beat Vancouver, which is my team, obviously. Now, I was still rooting for Edmonton, of course. I felt slightly vindicated, but not much. But no, I was definitely on board with Edmonton. I wanted Edmonton to win, of course. But Florida's got a really good club. Really good club. This is a really good wrap. You know, the bacon sausage got some spice to it, you know. Kind of like a spicy sausage. It's really good. There's egg in there. And I think there might be some, I don't know if there's potato in there. I can't really tell, but there's definitely some egg. Yeah. First time I had one of those was maybe about a year and a half ago. Linda would stop and get them all the time when she'd go over to see her dad, who lived on another island. And so one day, it may have been a year ago, maybe last summer, her and I were heading up island to go to another island. Not the one her dad lives on, but a different one. And I think we stopped at Tim Horton'S then for breakfast. By the way, almost forgot. A big shout out to Fabian. Fabian from Germany. Fabian was in a car accident recently. Fabian was in a car accident recently, and he's on the mend, so I hope he's doing good. I hope you're healing up, Fabian. So a big shout out to you, my friend, and a big shout out to all of you as well, okay? I appreciate you tuning in all the time. I appreciate your support. Not really sure why these stick to the paper. It's kind of weird. Because really they taste like McDonald's and, you know, same type of thing. I can only draw one conclusion. Must be the paper's fault. you ever had Philly cheesesteak pasta? Kind of like a Philly cheesesteak sandwich. I'm making that tonight for dinner. But it's, I make it with hamburger instead of actually, actual steak. Because it's a pasta dish. Maybe I'll make my cooking channel one of these days. Makes me thirsty. So for Canada Day, there should be a big parade. That'll be on the weekend, probably, and fireworks, stuff like that. And then in July, it's the third Sunday in July, we have our Marine Festival, and that's the great bathtub race. I made a video about that too a year ago. I'll post a link to that as well. And it's about the bathtub race and pirates and the mayor we used to have and all that. But that's always fun to watch. They have a lot of fireworks for that too, and they used to burn a boat as a sacrifice to the gods, for like to the sea gods and all that. They stopped doing that. I don't know exactly why. One could surmise that probably has something to do with pollution, I would think. Setting fire to a boat out on the water is just, nowadays it just seems kind of weird, right? I think there was hash browns in there as well as bacon and sausage and egg. That's a good wrap. Some kind of a sauce that I can't put my finger on. That's probably where the spice is coming from, the heat. Bit of heat there. But they always have the bathtub races every third Sunday in July. I think it starts at 10 o'clock. Now, the town I live in is called Nanaimo, and they used to race from Nanaimo all the way over to Vancouver, across the Georgia Strait. And they stopped doing that a few years ago. And now they go way out there. It's the same distance, but they just go way, way out there, turn around, come back. And it's actually better that way. Because when they used to go to Vancouver, people here would see the start of the race, but they never see the finish. I saw the race start many times, but I never saw the finish. And the finish is a lot more interesting. I got lots of footage of the bathtub race last year, and I put that in the video. So I asked the lady for 2 donuts of her choice. She gave me this cruller, and it looks like some kind of a butterscotch thing. niece has a donut business called Dream Donuts or Dreamy Donuts. And she makes them herself and sells them at the local farmers market and the local fairs around here. She's always busy on the weekends. It's probably more of a summer, not like a seasonal thing. But she does quite well. But they're a little too goopy for me. There's a bunch of icing on there, and then she puts on, for instance, some of them will have, like, she'll buy Reese's peanut butter cups, cut them into 4 pieces, and put, 4 pieces on there, along with all that goopy icing. And I prefer donuts just to be a little more on the plain side. But I support her and buy some. $4 a piece. Wow. But if you got a sweet tooth, boy, they'll cure it for you. See the hole where they injected the cream, so there's obviously cream in there. I was watching this cooking show once. It's called You Gotta Eat Here. I think it's off the air now, but it's in reruns all the time. And they were profiling this restaurant. What they do is they profile restaurants, kind of like diners, drive-ins, and dives. Say that fast, 150 times. It's like diners, drive-ins, and dives, very similar. And this place, I think in Eastern Canada or something, this young lady owned it. And she made her own donuts. And it really kind of grossed me out because she would poke her finger in there and then squirt the stuff in. And I remember she had a Band-Aid on one finger. And, Band-Aids are fine, but, if you take a fingernail file and scrape your fingernails, you'll almost always notice there's some kind of residue there, so some people poking their finger into my donut just kind of grosses me out. But I have no problem with people making me a sandwich using their bare hands as long as they wash their hands. I have no problem with that. Because, you can put on gloves and still cross-contaminate them. Just because you got gloves on doesn't mean you're not touching some raw chicken or something somewhere, or dirty tap or whatever, right? So my youngest son, when he was little, he loved Tim Horton's. Well, he still does, but on a different level now. But when he was a kid, he loved going to Tim Horton's and getting those, it was like, what's that called now? It was like a raspberry filled donut with the icing sugar on it, Those seem to be his favorite. For some reason, my head's really hot. Yeah, there's some cream in there. pasta I'm making. I'll just use the penny noodles, and it's supposed to be green pepper. I put in red because Linda doesn't like green pepper. Mushrooms and lean ground beef. A can of onion soup, French onion soup, whatever. Provolone cheese. That's kind of like the secret weapon right at the end. But it's good. It's actually a good pasta dish. I'll have to make it on my cooking channel sometime. I'm not sure what that noise is. I got some popcorn left over from one of my crossword puzzles. Do you like that sound? I think I probably told you once, when I was still married and our kids were little, we used to have a movie night on the weekends usually, and we'd make a big stainless steel bowl of buttered popcorn, and we'd all have our own plastic cups. Just come along, just fill it up. We used to have this cockatiel named Sunny. We'd just step in a cage in the corner of the room. She'd like to fly down and land on your shoulder or something. Well, we would just put the popcorn down the coffee table. That bird swooped down and landed right in it. Oh, just grossed us out. Needless to say, we had to start over. This is Orville Redenbacher microwave popcorn. It's not bad. Time sure goes fast. I can't believe where the summer's going. Wow. July 1st already. Linda and I do about 20 minutes of Tai Chi every morning, except for Friday mornings when she goes to Tai Chi with her girlfriend. But we just do Tai Chi in the living room around the fireplace, and then we roll some mats and do some leg lifts and stuff. It's kind of funny because a lot of times we roll the mats out and we lie on our backs. Marcy the dog comes along and sticks her face right over top of you. You know, when it comes to eating popcorn, I'm like a machine. I can't stop. to see Cubby Bill's comments a lot. He sent me a private message and wanted me to, or gave me a suggestion for a video, which I'm going to do. I won't say what it is. But I know a lot of you give me ideas. You say, well, could you talk about that or talk about this? And I always write those ideas down, and eventually I get to them, or try to. If they don't suit my channel, well then I won't do them. Kind of a bottomless pit. You know, one thing I haven't done in a long time is gone camping. When my kids were little, I took them camping all the time. My kids, when they were little, they just loved camping. My youngest boy just got back from camping last weekend. At the end of June, a bunch of people from where he works, they always do an annual camping trip. So there's about 12 of them. And they took in all the pop cans from work that they've been saving. Got about $300 for them. Bought a bunch of food. Oops, sorry. Oh, that was good. I worked up a real thirst eating that popcorn. Oh, I hear a noisy motorcycle or something out there. Actually, it's a car. Wow, my head's cooking. There's a common misconception that when you live in Canada, you live in an igloo and freeze your ass off. Maybe in some parts in the winter, but not here, not today, that's for sure. syrup is starting to settle on the bottom. I used the same one last year. I should actually start eating that. Bought it a year ago. See, my Saskatoon berry jam. I should actually give that to my mom. She likes that. I think in the States and other countries they call Saskatoon berries June berries. I think. But anyway, I'll move that back over here. Well, my friends, I thank you for tuning in. My amazing neighbors to the south have their birthday coming up in a few days. July 4th. So today's the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Yeah, July 4th. I have to make sure I wish them an amazing happy 4th of July, too. Anyways, you take care, my friends. Thank you for tuning in. Look after yourselves, look after each other. Stay amazing out there in the big land of awesome. We all live in the land of awesome in my channel. That's where we all live. So anyways, you want to shout out, hit me up, or a birthday wish, whatever. I got a couple birthday wishes coming up on the 5th and the 8th. Those people know who